All right, Todd's back rolling into the weekend with some...
Got some news.
Oh.
I smelled a skunk this morning.
Oh,
That's a big hurdle.
The skunks are out. I saw 2 geese yesterday.
Really?
I did.
Huh.
Lots of signs.
Yeah.
Lots of signs.
Small signs here and there. I mean, the skunks, they're semi-hibernators, so they hibernate during like the coldest part of the winter.
Yep.
So we're clearly out of the coldest part now.
They know. The critters know better than we do,
they
right?
absolutely do. Yeah.
Like the groundhog.
Shall we do it?
Wow, Goldie. No, not unlike the groundhog. I would trust a skunk over a groundhog any day of the week. Hello, everybody. Friday morning. We are seasonably cool this morning. Seasonably cool is still a little below freezing. So our temps are in the 20s. Light jackets needed this morning. But this is going to be another mild day, spring-like day, limited sunshine out there. But there's a lot of warmth on the East Coast, which plays a big role in our upcoming weekend storm. That's starting to form right here. This is going to move on up the coast with rain. The snow and the cold not too far away, though, and I think it comes crashing into the storm as it's passing us. And we get a flip from rain over to snow. And that flip will probably end up being quite dramatic as it unfolds, with big, fat, wet flakes splatting all over the place tomorrow afternoon and evening. But today, you don't have to worry about any of that. Your commute into work today is going to be uneventful. You might have to do a little scraping. Some of the windshields might have frost on them this morning. We'll see sunshine start fading away midday, temperatures above average, and calm conditions too. Love these days when there's no like big wind or big wind gusts. They just make it so much more pleasant. Cloudy for the evening, no precip, so you get home easily too. Temps stay on the mild side, above freezing all night long. Here are the highs today, looking at mid-40s, a little cooler along the mid and down East Coast just because of the onshore wind. Water temp, keep in mind, is in the upper 30s still. But the mountains and far north, not too bad here, above freezing. Good spring skiing conditions if you happen to be able to get away and make some runs this afternoon. Let's pick up the story tonight at midnight. Still nothing going on. But as you start stirring tomorrow morning, there'll be some drizzle and some mist, and then showers bust out during about 7 to 9 o'clock in the morning, during the early morning. And we're going to get in some really heavy rain tomorrow morning. This is going to be coming down, some downpours, probably over an inch of it. At the same time, it's a few degrees colder in the mountains. It's all wet snow and pretty heavy snow too. Watch what happens though during the afternoon. That cold air that's up in the mountains, the gates open up and it comes rushing down to the coastline, and we see that flip over to that wet snow. And that'll continue all the way down the coast as into the evening hours before it all moves on out of here by midnight. It's not going to snow deep into the night, so this is not going to end up being a big snowmaker for a lot of us. I think it's going to compare to the Wednesday night snow event that we had, where it didn't accumulate efficiently on roads and pavement, but it did much better on grass and decks and places like that, the tree limbs too. So that's how I think it plays out. Along the coast, we get a slushy coating to as much as a couple of inches. As you go up in elevation, your numbers go up, and some places way up, like the Canadian border, highest terrain, down into the Whites in New Hampshire, you're talking around a foot. This is elevation dependent, so the valley floors will get much less than the hilltops and the mountaintops. And I also think there's going to be huge variations in measurements within towns too, depending on who's taking the measurement and where they're doing the measurement. Like the gas grill is going to have a lot more snow on it than your driveway will. So it's really going to depend on where you actually take the measurement. And I think some of these will be kind of comical amounts when we get done with it Saturday evening. Wind, yes, it's a factor. I don't think it's going to be a huge one, meaning not a ton of power outages, but isolated ones are likely, especially where we get the heaviest of the snow clinging to limbs and power lines, and you get some wind, you can break a branch that way pretty easily. Some of the gusts will top 40 miles per hour deep into Sunday, by the way, deep into Sunday, so a windy weekend. Gale watches are up. Seas today, not bad, and the wind today, not bad. So if you have to do anything on the water, today's the day. All right, tomorrow we got the storm, rain, changing to wet snow in the afternoon and evening, tapers off. And then on Sunday, we get sunshine back, but it's a cold day. The good news is that cold does not stick around long. And next week looks rather spring-like too. Temps in the 40s, if not 50. That'll be the case on Tuesday. So any precip we get next week, and it doesn't look like there'll be a lot, would be in the form of rain for the most part.
All right, well, that's reason to celebrate.